Hello and good afternoon. Now we have got the lovely Josie in the studio here. Hi Josie.
Hello, hello.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm really glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, always a pleasure, always a pleasure. So we've got a really quite substantial bundle that you've brought for us here with a new component, is that correct?
Absolutely. Well, I was playing with the shapes and I thought, do you know what? This is a fun thing. Why don't we share this with everybody else? So we put as many things in this bundle as we possibly could.
Yes.
We just want you to have as much value out of it and as much fun and play and lots of rulers, lots of fabric that you wouldn't ordinarily put together, but you know, we are today because we just like to be different.
Excellent, so that's what we're... Now the saving on screen already looks amazing, but there are savings that have carried over if you go for the rulers, fabrics, etc. individually. So shall we start? So actually when you tot it all up, all the savings, it's actually £45.50, which is amazing that you're saving, which is just brilliant.
It is a brilliant amount.
Oh, guess what, Josie?
Yes.
Already 10% gone.
Brilliant.
Ah,
that's what we like.
Good stuff. So do you want to talk us through? So we've got 3 different sort of sets of rulers. We've got the Russian doll collection, which is here.
Yes.
Easy to do.
Really straightforward, lots of easy ways to doing it. So if you're a beginner, you can use some gluey fabric and put it on. And if you're very experienced at sewing, you get to make dolls inside out and all kinds of wonderful things.
Amazing.
Like that.
And you've brought some samples in, because sometimes when we look at rulers, we go, well, how does that work then?
Yes, absolutely. And
so with the rulers, you can create something like this. And I love that you've done the dolls and you've done a little slit in the back so that you can put them inside each other. You can put the dolls inside. I know, it's loads of fun. And I suppose really, and on the back of the quilt as well, actually. Yes,
what we did
do that.
on the back of the quilt, you've got the backs of the dolls. So if you were really clever, you could put the little slot in the back of the doll as well, and you could have little pockets for those dolls to go in inside your quilt.
Isn't that cool? I have to say, I always appreciate as a crafter when you see the back just as nice as the front.
Yeah, I like to show the back of the quilt because even if it's less than perfect, it still shows how much effort you've put into it, and everything is, well, it's perfectly you, isn't it? And you've made a quilt like that.
Absolutely, love it. So you can do the quilt, you can actually make your 3D dolls. We'll put these down here. I love that they all fit inside each other. So that's what you can achieve. Oh, let's turn her around, there you go. That's what you can achieve with that set of rulers. There's still more. So you're getting that in your big bundle as well. You can get that set individually. Am I right in saying that? Oh, excellent, yeah. £27.99. So here you go. You can see that £12 saving. That is going to carry over. Lovely. Shall we go to the rope around, which is here? Right. What can we make with this?
So the rope around, it comes in, it's 2 pieces, and you can play with the 2 pieces. So I've brought some lovely samples. So the picture is actually on the ruler as well to tell you which piece is which. Yeah, that's great. So the black quilt behind me with the swirls, this one here. So that's lovely. Both pieces together, and that's a bigger quilt, or you can make that bigger with a border, or you could put that as one block in a bigger quilt. There's also, you can separate them, so the blue piece with the pink swirl behind me, you can get a really nifty 3D swirly effect going around. And also, I've got another example on the table here, which I will move my glasses out of the way and show you. And this is the outer piece. And if you can see that looks quite like a rope, which is where the rope around came from.
Yeah, love that. Love these samples. That's
and then if you put that with the Russian doll.
Yeah, it's a superb sample, isn't it?
It is.
Beautiful.
You get the cat.
Yes, which we'll come on to. We've got one more ruler to show you. So we've got our lovely Starburst. What we can recreate with this one, Josie?
So I've got one of the examples here, this is the Starburst.
Okay.
And again, this is one of the rulers that you can do it in lots of different ways. So this is a 4-pointed star. You can make an 8-pointed star. You can make it so that it goes around like a circle and a wheel. Lots of different ways to do a similar pattern. But again, when you change the colours around, you'll use it over and over again.
Excellent. So now you can get all of those rulers, and we're going to look at the fabrics in the big bundle. I'm going to save the newest one till last.
Okay.
So we've got all of these beautiful batiks. Now, remind me again, was it 10?
It's 10 by 10, so you get 15 pieces of each one.
Okay, lovely.
And it's 10 by 10.
That's it.
6 by 6 and 3 by 3.
Marvellous. 6 by 6, 3 by 3. I love batiks because no two are ever the same, are they?
They're all unique. I mean, it's like a cake, isn't it, really? So you have a recipe book in your house, and you'll make the same cake, but it'll never be exactly the same twice.
Yeah.
So when the batiks are made, they might be made to the same recipe. No bits of dye are going to go in exactly the same place. No blocks are going to go in the same place. And you're always going to get variety in there.
Love it. So, I mean, and you've done a fabulous little, oh no, that's pertaining to the new bit, isn't it? Right, so here we go. We've got the cat pack. What do we get in this lovely selection?
So in the cat pack, you get a bits and chips pack, which is tiny little pieces of bright colour that you can get to play with. They work well with the Starburst, with the cat that I'm going to show you in a minute.
Lovely.
All that kind of thing. And you also get some Bondo web, and the 1/2 metre Bondo web, and the Bondo web will be eternally useful to you in lots of different ways. And again, once you've used it, you'll be like, oh, this is great stuff, I like this.
Excellent.
And you also get a fat quarter, because you need the fat quarter to put the cat onto.
Nice.
So the fat quarter will vary.
Yes.
So we'll put one in that goes with the bits and chips in your bag. Well, in our opinion, it'll go together.
Lovely. Just opening that out, because I always think it's nice to see the size.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Fat quarter.
So our fat quarters are half the width of the fabric, which is 22 inches. And I don't know what that is in centimetres, because it's gone out of my head. Don't worry. And it's by 20 inches, so 20 by 22. So you get a nice big cushion size out of that.
Yeah.
You could put them together. Actually, you could put them all together. You get a few of them, put lots of them together, and make a huge big cat quilt.
Lovely. So we're just showing, so you've brought in some ideas of, so you might get a nice limey green fat quarter, or you might get a lovely orangey or a purpley, but it will tone fabulously. Right, so you're getting all of that. What a fantastic bundle. So it's at 72, remember those savings carry over, so it's not just £29.50 that you are saving, it's actually £45.50. Now you can spread the cost, 2 payments of £36.23. 062985 is the item number. So it's a really big bundle. Now, we've also got some pick and mixes of 1/2 metre fabrics, I believe.
Meters, yes.
So you can go for any 3. Here's the website. There it is. We're just scrolling across for you. Yeah, there we go. So you can go for the batiks, or you can go for the printed cottons. Lovely. Okie dokie. Right, if you do want to check anything out, yep, craftsdoll.com is where you're going to go to. I'm going to ask Katie to pick her favourites. What you fancy, Katie? So you get 3. Oh, she likes the Aztec inspired, okay. Oh, for me, go scroll up, the blue one. Water wave. Okay, Holly, go on, Holly. Charcoal confetti, there you go. That's what we're all going for. Marvellous. All right then, so I'm going to hand straight over to you, Josie. What are we going to start with?
I'm going to start with the Russian dolls, because there is a special way to do the faces, because when you're doing a little piece, sometimes it can be a bit fiddly. So I'm going to start with doing this. So you'll see in the pack that there are 3 sizes of Russian, well, there's 4, but 3 of them are the same. So this is size 2, and the hair fits exactly over the head there, you see, and it has a body and a headscarf. So to get this to go on properly, so I've picked this one for the hair, which is a sort of nice orangey, swirly. I wouldn't normally be using a black pen. I would normally just use a pencil, but because I don't want you to not be able to see where I'm going with this, I'm going to use a black pen so you can see it. This is a nice sturdy line. It doesn't matter, because this is totally going to be covered up, and actually, coincidentally, I'm going to use black thread over the top of this just so that you can see. So I've got the hair. Now for the face colour, how about lilac? I never want to follow the rules for things like this.
Sounds good to me.
I always just go your own way, I say. I think it's fantastic. So all you need to do is make sure that the head will fit over the top of it without any bits sticking out, and I'm using an 18mm rotary cutter.
That is the cutest thing I've seen.
Oh, it's great. It's so easy to use as well. And then I'm going to remove the head out of the way, put the hair on here, and I'm going to stitch across the fringe line.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my sewing machine on a zigzag stitch.
Is that just for decoration purposes?
Well, you could use, I mean, if you could use any kind of stitch you want to. I'm going to use a zigzag stitch because that's what I used before and I wanted to match the samples, to be perfectly honest with you. But also, you could use any of the decorative stitches that you want to. You could use a straight stitch, but you might find that after a little while, if a child is pulling at this, you might want to go over it with something else as well. Okay. So my zigzag stitch is number 10, and I'm just going to narrow it a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to make it a bit closer together. So I'm just going to stitch across the fringe and nowhere else. There we go. Very straightforward. I can see where I'm going. Yeah. Gentle curve. Get to the point. Leave the needle in. Foot up, squiddle, and foot down again.
Did you say squirrel?
Squiddle.
Squiddle. I like that word.
Squiddle? Squiddle's. Maybe I invented it, but I use it all the time.
Great one. I'm gonna nab that.
Everybody will be squiddling now.
Oh yeah, we can really see that now. Yeah.
There we go. Now then, I'm not even going to lock the ends because we're going to go over that. So I'll just move this out of the way. Can you see how that's got that lovely stitch? So then I'm going to put the head back over the top. Can you see where
yes.
And then I'm going to cut round it because otherwise you've got a tiny little piece of fiddly hair that you've got to stitch on. Right. And they're attached together now. Right, okay, this is the tricky bit. Cutting live in front of people is just about, it's like, you know that dream that you have? You know the one, the public exposure dream.
Public exposure dream.
So here we go. I will cut this and turn it on my rotating mat rather than standing up. There we go, that works.
What inspired you to do Russian dolls?
Well, actually, I'm glad you asked because there is a little story to this. So when I was in the first year at school, my infant school, I had a little teacher, well, not a little teacher, a teacher called Mrs. Kelly. And Mrs. Kelly had a set of big red Russian dolls. They probably weren't as big as I remember them being.
Because you were little.
Because I was little. And if you were good, you were allowed to play with them. And I have to tell you, I never, ever, ever got to play with them.
Oh, so were you a scamp, were you?
Well, I wasn't really. Well, I didn't think I was, but I didn't really understand why I wasn't allowed to play with the Russian dolls.
Oh, you were deprived.
Right,
scarred for life.
Oh, I need to cut round again. I haven't gone around enough. I might finish that off with the scissors. I would normally stand up to cut. There it is, just that tiny little bit there I've missed. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my applique scissors. This is the best tool in my sewing kit, and I love these. So I'm going to lift up this flap here, the spare flap that covers the face, put the blade underneath, and I'm going to put these two fingers through the holes and put the forefinger on the top of the blade to push it down against the table. And I'm going to cut as close to the stitches as the scissors will allow me to.
These are brilliant, aren't they? I only saw these once before and I was like, why have I never seen these before?
They're great. So the flatter you keep it to the table, the closer to the stitches you can cut. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? Right, okay. So then you need a headscarf. So let's have... Should we have it? Oh. Pick a colour. I've got every colour here you can possibly imagine.
It's great. I love the stash that we get.
What colour do you fancy? Headscarf?
I'm trying to see what you've got there. We're having a look. I quite like the top one, to be honest.
This one?
Yeah,
that's
I like
great. That one. Okay, that's lovely.
So is this piece from your boutique pick and mix, or is this
These are all from the pick and mix.
Lovely.
Absolutely. These are wonderful pieces. So on the ruler, you'll see that there's a place on fold sign, and I'm just going to place that on the fold. Whoops, fold that over so you can see properly. Actually, I'll just cut a little piece off because I think it's a bit weighty. I have to say also, don't worry about the extra pieces. People call them scraps. I try not to, because they will always be useful to me. So I'm going to use my tiny rotary cutter again, and I'm going to cut away from myself. When you get into an inner curve like that, just lean out slightly with your rotary cutter.
Yeah, just take your time.
If you're not a rotary cutter person, don't worry. You can use a pencil and a pair of scissors, perfectly okay. And if you wanted to draw around this opened out, that's fine. You just flip it over down the straight line. There we go.
Lovely.
Let me just peel that away. That's great. Okay, so now we have a headscarf, and we're going to put the head on there.
That is so cute. Oh, look at that. That's brilliant.
Now, to help me out, I'm going to use some stitch and tear, because when you're doing a little fiddly things like this, so a bit of stitch and tear is a marvellous thing. So you can put that in between, like that, or you can put it on the back. Either way, it'll just help it to be stable. I'm going to put mine in between, I think. Because I can always pull it out later. So that's great.
And you get this in the bundle as well, don't you?
You get the bond web in the bundle. I think the stitch and tear is available as a an extra.
End of call, that's it.
End of call, as an extra. Because not everybody will want to use this. I like to use it. I think once you've used it, you'll be like, oh, it's fantastic. I'm never going to.
You won't go back.
Like this again. You won't go back, no. And then I'm just going to go all the way around the head with the same thing. And it's a zigzag stitch I'm using again, and it's sort of on and off the edge of this.
Okay.
Now, this is a good tip actually. So when you're stitching in a circle, if you are right-handed, and put it on the left of you, and always start so that you're turning the circle anti-clockwise. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because then that's the natural way for your hand to go. It's much easier than turning it the other way.
Yeah, makes sense.
And if you're left-handed, you do it the other side and do it the other way.
Just while you're finishing this off, are you happy for me to take a look at the pick and mix?
Absolutely, yes.
Good stuff, and then we'll come back to you for the next part.
Lovely. That's great.
So, because we've been talking about the batiks first off, you've got 1/2 meters and you're getting any 3, and you've got oodles of options here. Just look at them, and we've got a really nice rainbow of colours, 17 options, and we go through from your yellows to your blues to your greens, purples, oranges, and no two will be the same. Oh, I like that one. Oh, that one's really nice. Look at that. That is just beautiful. Love these pick and mixes. So you're picking any 3 for £20.99. Kate has just asked me which ones I'd pick. That one I just pointed out because I really like the gradient. I think that's beautiful. In fact, I can almost see a scene in that. Do you know what I mean? Lovely sort of sunset sky, maybe the sea there. So I'd personally go for that one. And that one's called Earth Landscape, if you want. And then I'm going to be my obvious self. I'll go for these 2. Yeah. So we've got purple. Which one? Purple Tiger, this one. Yeah. And then the purple mix is this one. Okie doke. But really beautiful colours, aren't they? Absolutely exquisite. Right, £20.99 for any 3 of your 1/2 meters, 323857. Then on this side, we've got another pick and mix. Now, this time we've got some printed cottons. So we've got like our greeny confetti. I love that they've got, some of them have got a really nice sort of ombre effect, Josie.
Yes, they have. If you open them out, they go from dark at the edges to a lighter colour in the middle.
Oh, yes.
And then darker again at the other side.
Oh, I like that.
So
lovely.
So the blue piece that's hanging up behind me, that's effectively that's what you get.
I can see now.
And the pink swirl is also made with the pink piece. So that even within one piece, it looks like there are 2 different pinks.
Doesn't it?
But
yeah,
just
I would have
there.
thought there were 2 completely different fabrics.
It's just one piece each.
So we've got like a light grey confetti, and then we've got a darker grey confetti. Oh, that's charcoal on the website. Then we've got that beautiful orange. Almost, you know, these remind me of when I look at these. It's almost like gilding flakes sort of in it. It isn't, but you know. Then you've got the yellow and the blue, and then the pink, And then this, I love this one, Josie, the water wave.
I love the water wave. It's an absolutely invaluable tool for people who are doing summer quilts.
Yeah.
You can do seasides with it, and
Yeah.
you can see a bucket and a spade on there.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
you know, or if you want to do kind of an arty quilt as well, a bit of water in the background is always a very useful thing to have.
It's gorgeous. And then this one, lovely and detailed. See, I could see the Russian dolls in this.
Oh, I could, yeah.
Yeah.
I could certainly do that. So either their sort of pinafores or the scarves.
Yeah, so that's
work.
the Aztec inspired. And then we've got yellow with some, if you look closely, it's almost like water droplets on there. And then we've also got the same version in orange. Then we've got a lovely orangey wave. And then we go on to some fish. Oh, okay, do this, do this. So you've got the water wave with the fish.
Oh, absolutely. And there's
Yeah.
little...
Like those. And then we've also got Monochrome Fishies, which I see these last two, Josie. What do you reckon about you could get some fabric paints on there?
Oh, definitely, absolutely. And just all kinds of embroidery threads as well,
lovely.
or any of those things. I think the fish and the bubbles go so well together.
They do, don't they? Love those
I
two.
love that.
Again, you're picking any 3.5 metres, new today, £20.99. Item number is 119198. Back to you then, Josie.
Lovely. So I'm just going to very quickly I've skipped ahead slightly and cut out the Russian doll's body in the same way that I did the scarf. So I folded it over and cut that out. Now I just want to, I'm not actually going to stitch this together because I want to move on to the next one. However, I do want to show you how this goes together. So the tummy or apron or whatever you want to call it goes underneath, and the back you don't have a shape to cut for that one. And then this one lays on the top. And then the way you stitched around those, that's how you stitch that together. So I stitch around there.
Yep.
Up the V and then around the back, and then that's your Russian doll.
Amazing. Doesn't that look so cool?
Now, wouldn't you think that those colours wouldn't work together, but actually they really do?
They do.
And I
so
think-
you can, oh, sorry, get Josie.
So I was going to say, the more of this kind of colour that you put into something, the better.
I like it. I like that idea.
That's
Lovely
great.
stuff. Do you need a minute then to reset?
I can carry on if you want to, or you
Yeah,
can...
okay, all good.
Yeah, lovely, great. Okay, so here we are. I've got, so I'm going to do the larger rope around piece, which is this, because often people get a bit about putting curves together, and there's two curves that curves both ways, so people might be a bit nervous about that. But we have very cleverly put together the ruler, which is there, and with holes for you to mark on.
Oh, that's
so
good.
I've got 3 pieces here I've already cut out, and again I do it the same way as I did with the Russian doll. So there are the 3 pieces, and this is the pattern I'm going to cut. So you can either, once you've done it a few times, you probably won't need these holes, but you'll see on here that there are letters. Oh, if I do it the right way up, you might be able to read the letters. That would help, wouldn't it? There we go, that's better. So I've got, can you see it on that one? It might not be sure. So there's J-I-H-G. If I go the wrong way, so J-I, that's an H and G, an F, and it will fit with the next one on the next one. So you either have, I use a propelling pencil to mark through these pieces, and you can match up the dots with the next edge. If I do down one side, it'll make more sense. And then if I do down one side of this one here, so the inside pieces match the outside pieces.
Love it. We have popped the rope around ruler on the screen if you do want it individually. £24.99. Item number is 700989. And remember that £4 saving carries over to the big bundle.
Okay, so you can pin these together if you want to with the dots. I'm not going to, because I want to show you how easy it is.
Yeah.
And when you're stitching these, you start from the outside in, which goes against everything that you would ever think that you should do. But that's true. So, I just need to change my foot. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch foot.
Okay.
Because it is quite important to be precise with this. So this is the rope that's on the table there. It's also the outer part of the black quilt that's hanging up behind me. And the outer part, you form a full circle, and I forgot to count the pieces before I sat down. I was going to count the pieces so I could be very clever and tell you how many needed. But once you've done a full circle of the outer pieces, do you know what helps? If you take it off zigzag. There we go. There we go, straight stitching again.
Excellent.
Lovely. So, so you do a full circle of the outer pieces and a full circle of the inner pieces, and then the pieces fit together perfectly. And you wouldn't think it was possible, but it is.
Yeah, I'm still intrigued. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all works.
So this.
So can you make quite a few different patterns with this one?
Yes, you can. So the outer circle makes rings, and you can do loops all around the corner.
Yeah.
You could make half loops and then cross them over so that they interlinked. You could do knots with them.
Yeah.
You can flip them around and do some different knots and have them going in different directions. The inner piece, again, you can do it pretty much the same thing, rings and loops, and the inner piece goes really nicely on for cushions. And when you put the two together, just the variety of colour that you use makes a huge difference. And then in a second, I'm going to show you how to put it together to make the special thing.
Excellent.
That cat. Okay, so oh, this is a bit. Now, last time I was here, I ironed on my cutting board, and I was told off.
Oh, who told you off?
Well, nobody here.
Oh.
When I got home, somebody told me off. Oh, you know, it's just. Can you see how they go together so easily?
Yeah.
And that just lies really flat.
Very good.
So I'm just going to iron it over so that you can see. Oh, this is a clever trick as well. So if you've got different direction curves, cut up to the stitch line, but not in it. And you can fold one way and one the other.
Oh, to reduce the bulk?
Yes.
Okay.
Very clever. Now this has got steam in it, which is a bit of a surprise. But that's okay, we'll work with steam.
Is it best not to then?
Do you know, I don't believe in quilt police kind of rules like that.
Yeah.
I don't use steam. And I have to say I don't use steam because sometimes I'm using paper as well, and I don't like to end up with paper mache.
Okay, yeah.
And if I use steam, I forget.
Right.
And that's why I don't use steam really. If you're using steam, you have to leave it to dry out before you cut it.
Okay.
And cool down. That's the rule really. So there, can you see how that sort of works either way? If I turn it over, how flat is that? That's lovely.
Really good.
And so what you would do is then in your rope around, you just keep going around and round and round, and then they come to a big circle all the way around.
That's fabulous. Thank you, Josie. Be back with you in a minute. Going to do a quick recap. So if you do want the rope around, it's on the screen, £24.99, 700-989. You're saving that £4. That £4 is going to carry over to the big bundle. So I need to stress with the big bundle, you really have got an amazing saving, which we can talk about. So that one is your rope around set, 2 big pieces just there. So we've also got all of those lovely pieces to make your Russian dolls, something a little bit different. They were chatting to me in my ear actually, Josie, and it seems that everybody has got somewhere some Russian dolls. Yeah, it's a thing, because like, what does it, Holly said your granddad has, grandma, sorry, and Katie said her mum, my mum's got some.
They were clearly all better behaved than I was.
Yeah, oh, bless you. They're just a really lovely traditional thing, aren't they? So we've got all of these are for your Russian dolls. Then here we've got the Starburst Ruler. And then I'm going to come over here because then I'll save the new bits till last. You have got you've got so much fabric, and look at all of this. You've got your 10 by 10, 6 by 6s, and your, did you say 3 by 3s?
Yes, 3 by 3s.
Excellent. And you get 15 pieces of each?
15 of each.
Amazing. So look at all of that. Look, it's so strokeable, that beautiful, beautiful fabric. And then, new today as part of the bundle, we've got the cat pack. So look, you've got some fabulous, again, wonderful batiks, that's what I meant, batik fabrics. I mean, you could, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. It's just, I don't know why I said boutique. Loads of those wonderful strips. You'll get your Bonder web. Yeah, am I right? Good stuff. And then you'll get a fat quarter that could be this colour. So it's a nice random selection. Could be that colour, could be that colour. There you go. And then, should we come to this? Because look at him. Here's our lovely little cat. So this is what you can make. He's so cute.
So this is Bitsy.
Yeah, Bitsy.
Which Bitsy makes sense. Bitsy was inspired by my friend's cat, Mitzi, and she's just fabulous. So Mitzi is made from some of the pieces from the Russian doll set and some of the pieces from the rope around. Well, actually, both of the rope around pieces as well. So you need them all together. And the reason we put all the bonder web in as well, because we wanted something that beginners could do, or something you could do with your grandchildren or your children, whatever you want to do. So I've got on here, I've started with some bonder web, and these are some scraps from my, let's say, rehearsal piece. That's what we'll call it. And the reason I wanted to do this is because I've stitched them together, but also you can just overlap some onto the bonder web and then iron them on and then cut your piece out. So if you're not a fan of the stitching, this is a really good way of using up all your little bits.
Oh, good.
You put it onto bonder web like this. I have to say, this is a lovely iron, it's not mine.
Yes, it's our all singing, all dancing one.
Yeah, it does. I keep hearing like little tunes coming from it.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, so that is how I've made up all of the little bits. Now with Bitsy that's over there, I did stitch the pieces together and then put it on the bonder web, and that works just as well.
Lovely.
So here we go. So here's one I cut out earlier. So I've cut round the main body of the rope around piece, and I've done this cat to face the other way, so I might have two cats facing opposite directions.
Okay.
So that's the body, and then
I can see it coming. I can see it now.
Yeah, you can see the body, can't you? And then this piece I'm going to make into the cat face. No, the tail. That's the word, the tail. Where's my other ruler? There it is. So that's the other rope around piece, which is the tail. So I just need to make sure I get this the right way around, because I don't want to get the tail to come the wrong way. That's right, so that's that way on there. Again, so I'm just going to cut this out. And again, because these are overlapped a little bit, when you're stitching it all together, you can put a couple of stitches in there if there are any loose pieces. You don't have to worry about that too much. I'm going into a curve, so I'm going to lean out slightly.
Okay.
Nice when you have a sharp piece, isn't it? There we go, and across. Now, because I don't want to cut my thumb off, I'm going to turn the whole thing around and reposition it again so that I can cut from the other side. Oh, there we are, and there we are. And we hope it all comes off together.
Lovely. Now with the big bundle, we are 20% of the stock gone, so please do check out your baskets. It's a fabulous bundle and a fabulous saving. It's not just £29.50 that you're saving. You've got the other savings carried over. I think there was £12 saving on the Russian doll. I think there's a £4 saving on the rope around, so that all carries over. Lovely stuff. Back to you then, Josie.
Oh, I need to cut that bit a little bit more. Just a little bit, just up the top there. That's it. Right, okay. So that's the tail and the body. And again, so the head was made from the piece that I didn't bring. That's right.
Oh no, he's headless.
Right. So the piece I d't bring, but I very cleverly traced over the one that's on the counter over there.
You had a plan.
So it's part of the Russian doll set, and it's on the outside. So I need part of the head on here, and I'm just going to. This is another way of doing it. You can put the little pieces of purple. Should we have a purple cat?
Let's just go purple. Purple cat is brilliant.
That's brilliant. So I've cut the pieces out first, and then I'm just going to iron them onto the back of this fabric here. They're going to overlap slightly, so I'll have to cut these out with scissors. Nothing wrong with a pair of scissors. Absolutely fine to use scissors. Whoops. The Starburst Ruler is coming next, and I can't wait to show you that one actually. I feel like I'm rushing through the cat just so I can show you the Starburst Ruler.
That's all right. We've still got over 20 minutes.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. I'll just take my time.
Now, super busy because literally I just called 20%. We're now 30% of the stock gone on our big bundle. It's fabulous. You're seeing that value. All of those wonderful fabrics. Oh, I should pop one of these back. You can make Bitsy the cat, and then I love the fact that you can make Bitsy from all the other pieces of the rulers. That's just great.
It's absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
Bitsy is so cute. And I had to make a little mouse as well because there was some discussion about whether Bitsy was a whale. Well, when Bitsy was under construction, shall we say, she was on the table, and my colleague went out the room and came back in and said, "Oh, you're making a whale." I said,
A whale?
A whale? Why would I be making a whale when I can make a cat? And she thinks that it looks like a whale diving in to the sea. Can you see a whale diving in? So the head is the tail, apparently.
Oh, right.
The
now
tail
you've
of
said
the cat
that.
is the fin, or is that what you call it on a whale? Is it a flipper?
Flipper,
Fin?
yeah.
But yeah, so this is Mitzi. So there we go. And I've got two of the pieces here, which are from the Russian doll set, and you slightly overlap them, and you can have them straight on like this, and have a straight. Oh, if I pull it this way, you might see it a bit better. There we go. So you might have it straight on cat, or you might have it a quizzical cat looking at the floor, like this.
Oh, that's cute.
That's kind of cute, isn't it? Isn't it funny how the difference it could make just tilting a head? And
see, now I can see. Now you've tilted the head. Now I can sort of see a dinosaur because it looks like the ears are a mouth.
Oh no! Oh, I see what you mean. It's okay. Oh dear.
Now you can't unsee it.
I think we'll have Mitzi back again.
Okay.
There we go. We've got Mitzi back again now. And so I used some of the Russian doll heads for some feet, and that's how you put Mitzi together.
Fab. And I was looking at the little quilt, and I love there's a tiny little mouse on there as well.
Oh yeah, the mouse was one of the Russian doll heads.
Yeah.
With a part of it chopped off because they're not round. They're a nice sort of egg shape. Mm-hmm. What's an egg shape? There's a name for an egg shape.
Ovally.
Ovally. They're ovally. That's what shape they are. But that works for me.
It's just egg shaped. That'll do.
They're egg shaped, and then a little stitched tail.
Oh, so cute. Now, Katie's just been doing some maths for me, breaking this down. You've got 19 templates in here, or it's part of your rulers. Now, with that price, it works out at £3.80 per template. Yeah, and then you're getting all of those wonderful fabrics as well. That's just incredible, incredible value. So it's almost like all that fabric is a wonderful bonus. Look at that. So as I said, not just a £29.50 saving. You've got the £12 from the Russian dolls and the £4 from the rope around. When you do the maths, it's £45.50 that you're actually saving. So that's more than the Russian doll set on its own that you're saving of your rulers. Lovely stuff. And trying again to make it as affordable as possible, we've split it, we've spread the cost for you. We'll have a little look. Here we go. I think that was 2 payments of £36 and some change. And then we've got our, if you do want to just go for the Russian dolls, do you see what I mean? You've got your £12 saving on screen there. It's £27.99. And just look, so you can either make them 3D like this, and you could pop little treats in them.
Yeah. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. I should have left you some sweets in there, shouldn't I? Yeah. I'll do that next time.
Hint, hint for next time. Hint, hint. So look, you've got your Russian dolls where they're all fit inside each other, which is so cool. Like that. I love this little one. I always love the little one. And then you could also make a quilt. So you've got your different sizes. Have you also used the rulers to do sort of the... I have. Oh.
They're the pieces that I nicely forgot though. However, there are, see the twist that goes across them. So you get a large, yes, that's right. So you get a large piece, a small piece, and the twist as well.
Right.
So, and they fit perfectly on the top so that they fit over the top. You can put them back to front. Yeah. I think it is the Russian cathedral, and I can't remember the name of the Russian cathedral.
Do we think we've got it on the website?
We could do.
We could do.
It would certainly be on the internet.
Okay, lovely.
I don't know what it would be.
By the way, I just want to show the back of the quilt because this is, if you're just joining us, this is just as fabulous. Look at that. Marvellous. Love it. So that's if you want the Russian doll set of templates separately. But now we've popped the big bundle back on screen because you can get that Russian doll set of rulers in the big bundle, plus the rope around, plus the Starburst, plus your new Bitsy with all of the lovely batiks, Bondaweb, nice fat quarter, and then all of these fabrics. Okay, busy. We are now 40% of the stock gone on our big bundle. Please do check out your baskets, 062985. Do you have another show today, Josie? Is this the only one?
This is it.
See, this is the only time you're going to get to see this. So, like I said, check out your baskets. You might be thinking, oh, I'm going to go out for a walk, I'll do it later. But I don't want you to forget about it, so pop it in. back to you, Josie.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to show you the Starburst Ruler because this is the other one that's in the bundle. And you wouldn't think that this would produce so many fabulous designs, but it does. So this is a 4-pointed star. And you can see there, if I put this piece here that I've just cut out over the top of it, you can see where the pieces come onto. So we've got little slots in there to show you where to stitch other pieces too. And there are fold marks on there as well. This piece here, you can do it both ways. So I'll show you this one way first, and then if we've got time, I'll show you the second piece.
Oh yeah, I think we've got time.
So, great. Okay, so I'll cut this one out, and I'll put the fold, because I'm doing this piece, I'm going to do the fold on there as well. And my pencil, and the first one that you do is the outer, I suppose, which is actually closer to the middle of the piece. So you need to draw a line on there. Just one line, and that's it. And then you need another piece of fabric, another colour. What should we have?
Yeah, I like the yellow.
Yellow? Yellow's good. Okay.
Mix and match.
I will just straighten that off. So I just need to have a little, because I just need a little piece of this really. So, but you do need a straight edge, and you can use up any of the bits from the Bits and Cheaps bag if you want to as well. So I'm going to put a straight line up to the edge of that there, and stitch along there. I'll pin it, but you don't have to. Okay, and I'm going to stitch where the pin is. This is a really clever way of getting all kinds of bizarre colour assortments.
Yeah, good fun.
Yeah.
No rules.
No, absolutely, we don't do rules here. Don't do rules at all.
So what's that, 1/4 inch there?
Great stuff. So I'm going to put that back there. I'm going to put it back over, fold it or iron it if your iron is on, turn it back over again, put the ruler back on and give it a little trim. Well, I like to give it a trim because otherwise it's wasteful. So you're going to trim around the same piece again.
Lovely. And this Starburst ruler, if you wanted that individually, that is at the bottom of the screen for £11.49.
It's a cracking little tool.
Yeah.
So then you do it again, but this
Ooh, yes, I
time
like
you
that.
do the other ruler, the other line. So it looks funny because the line is in a different place, but that's because of the seam allowance. Oh, pencil. I do like to draw in pencil on quilts, partly because it's a traditional thing. I think it's nice to keep that alive. But I need another colour. Also because, how about this orangey piece? Is that big enough? Yeah, it is. Also because it washes off so easily. Right, okay, so I'm going to put this on there. I'm just going to make sure, because this is a little piece, that when I flip it over, it will cover where, yes, it will.
Yeah,
that's
good.
Fine. So these are the scrappy bits from
No waste, don't like
Russian
any waste.
doll. Don't like waste.
We are now half the stock gone on the complete collection here. Half the stock gone, so it is very busy. Phone lines, in fact, they've got queues on the phone lines. If you can go to our website, thecraftstore.com, that is your best way to order. Back to you, Josie.
Brilliant. That's it. Look at that. So this is the ta-da moment. Ta-da.
Ah.
Flip it over.
Yep.
And give it another trim. This is the bit that having a rotary cutter really is useful.
Yes. And having a diddy one like that is very handy as well.
Diddy one. Oh, I love that. Ooh.
So again, just taking time.
Just going to turn that around.
Yeah. Always better to get comfortable, isn't it?
It is. And, do you know, when you're doing something like this, it's easy to forget to put your blade away. It's easy to forget to kind of not come back if you've missed a bit, all of that kind of thing. So having a sharp blade really helps as well.
Yeah.
So we've got that one way there, and you can see how that sort of matches up there.
Yeah.
You can also do it the other way, on the other side. Have I got time? Yes,
yep,
I have. Brilliant. Should we do yellow again?
Yeah, let's do it. We've got a good 10 minutes, don't we?
Oh, fabulous, great, because I'll show you another design with the same ruler.
Oh, lovely then.
I like that. And my pencil has just walked away. There. Oh, I've got my sewing machine on it. Poor pencil. I think these are great, these. So again, I was just going to have straight side. Now, which one was the straight side? I'll cut another straight edge because I don't want to get this wrong. Okay, so there's my straight edge.
Yep.
I am going to be so strong lifting this so
I know
much.
you are, right?
Just on one side though.
But it'll just be the one arm.
Do you know, I went back to yoga this week and I have missed that painful feeling, so.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? It's like, you feel better when you've done it,
Yes,
don't you?
you think, oh, please will it be over soon?
Yeah.
But you do, it's such a relief when you've done something like you feel so satisfied.
Yeah. So yeah, Josie, is that 1/4 of an inch?
Pardon?
1/4 of an inch?
1/4 of an inch
Lovely.
foot. If you haven't got a 1/4 inch foot, don't worry about it. You can mark it on with a pencil. You can always hand sew it. If you haven't got a 1/4 inch foot as well, you can also put a little piece of tape across sort of masking tape across your machine.
Yeah.
And stitch along that as well. And there we go. Flip it over, cut it out again. Rotary cutter. This is great stuff.
Now approaching 60% of the big bundle.
Ooh.
Yeah, loving this.
It's getting very exciting.
Oh, just that last little
That
bit.
bit there. Okay. Right, okay. And then the orange again, which is the biggest bit.
Yeah.
That bit, I think.
I like the way it's sort of the yellow crisscrosses over. It's very pleasing, that design.
It is. It's very comforting. And on this piece here, I've stitched over that with a satin stitch, but you could just stitch another piece to it, a circle on the top, and poke it through to the other side to hide your edges if you wanted to. It's really straightforward. Personally, I like to see stitches, so it's whatever floats your boat, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's just very enjoyable. How long have you sewn for, since you were little?
Always, really.
Yeah.
Always been my dream. You know, when you say, what did you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah,
kind of thing. I wanted to be the person of, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this. I wanted to be the person that made the things on the programme when they said, here's one I made earlier.
Okay, yeah, all good. Yeah.
So I wanted to be that person that made those things and designed those things. That was my dream job.
That's so nice.
Always loved to make things.
Yeah. Do you do any other crafts as well, or is it mainly sewing?
A little bit of wood, sort of whittling and wood crafts.
Oh, do you know, we haven't had wood turning on the channel for ages.
Do you know, I made, well, I always felt a little bit cheated because I didn't do woodwork at school. I was the last year where girls and boys were separated to do. So I went to night school and I did wood turning at night school. And
Fab.
I also did a bit of bodging out in the woods. And I made all kinds of lovely candlesticks and things. And for my birthday this year, my lovely husband got me some whittling knives.
Oh, that's so great.
I think it's an attempt to stop me sewing in the house, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, he's got a plan.
Well, it backfired a bit because instead of having threads everywhere, we now have little bits of wood.
Right. I like that.
However, it's fun either way. I love it. So there is the piece, and that's how you can, if you think about your starburst, look at that.
I really like that shape.
That's starburst. So you can also have them crisscrossing a little bit more.
Nice.
If we've got time, I'll show you another one.
Great stuff. I'll just quickly run through the pick and mix, but yeah, we've definitely got time, which is lovely.
Sure.
So you'll see that Josie has been using some fabulous batik fabrics, and here we are. We've got them on the show. Now you're picking any 3 ½ meters of fabric. Have you got the names, Katie, in my ear? Should we see if we can go through, and then you can have a little look on the website. So, oh, yellow, that's okay. Okay. Then next one, orange yellow. That's lovely. That looks like a sunburst. Go on, Katie. Go on in. Orange, yellow, green. I like this. Love it. Turquoise tooth. They're sharp teeth, if they're teeth. Now that I love as well, the turquoise landscape, that's beautiful. Next then, we've got the bright green, yeah, that is lovely. We've got the lilac, purple mix, stunning that one. Purple tiger is there. Orange tooth, and that one's just an orange, but obviously you can see the mottled effect of the batik. Then we've got an orange swirl, lovely grey background like that. Love that one, the earthy landscape. Next we've got purple mosaic, purple plants. Oh, we're not sure about these last two, but there you go. Is this one purple plants, or is this one?
The one,
can you see?
The one in your left hand is purple plants.
This one?
Yes. Oh, yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. And then what's the next one, Katie? That one's marble. Lovely stuff. Right, so you're picking any 3.5 metres for $20.99. Item number is 323. What is that? 857. Right, and then shall I do these? Excellent. We've also got the printed cottons. There's a tiny bit I'm realising of metallic in it.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
It's really, it's like a sparkly, shiny little bit of...
Yeah, but it's subtle, it's not in your face, is
No.
it? No, it's wonderful. I like that. Then the next one. Again, this has got a little bit of your sparkle to it. This one's a charcoal confetti. Orange confetti. Yellow confetti, and your blue confetti, and your pink confetti. Oh, it's lovely. Can you see the ombre that they've got? Look at that. They've all got those. Then we move on to the water wave. That just, I want to literally dive into that. Aztec inspired. It's lovely, that one. Yellow bubble. Then we've got the orange bubble. Orange wiggle. Got to have a wiggle. Then you've got your red fish, black fish, and black bubble. Lovely. Again, you're picking any 3.5 metres for £20.99, 119198. Oh, lovely. The main attraction, I'm being told, has been our big bundle. We are 60% of the stock gone, so don't forget, you'll get your Russian doll rulers, you've got your Starburst Ruler, you've got your, thank you, rope around, that's it. You've got Bitsy, all of those lovely bits and pieces to make the cat that are here. With your fat quarter, colours will vary on that one, and your Bonder web, and then look, 15 pieces of each of these different sizes, which are 10, 6 and 3 inches. Again, I'm just going to stress, it's not just a £29.50 saving, because we've got savings carrying over from the rulers by themselves, £12 here and £4 there. So I'll let you do the maths. Also, you can spread the cost, 2 payments of £36.23, 062985. Okay, Josie, we've got about 4 minutes, Josie.
I will so fast then. Okay, so
so fast.
So the next version is a different version altogether. So this one I've folded over to cut that out, and I used the fold on the mark. This one I've ignored that and just cut them out to be the whole size of the ruler, because I'm going to join them together afterwards. So again, I've started with one and put the ruler on and put one of the yellow pieces on. But rather than go straight to the other side, I'm going to do the same thing again. And this way we get them to cross over slightly. So this is the orange piece again, but this is, oh, not orange piece, not enough of it. Let's have, what colour do you fancy?
Oh, I can't see what you've got.
Everything.
You choose.
I have everything.
Oh, well, I like that turquoisey one.
This one?
Yeah, that's nice.
I like that one too. Do you know, it's such a satisfying thing to be able to say, I have everything.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah. You know, when somebody says, what kind of tea would you like? I have everything for you. It's fine.
Do you have reps come round with loads of fabrics?
Not so much now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they haven't been kind of travelling around recently.
I know. I just wondered if they're starting up again.
I think that, well, they are, because somebody is going to come and see me later this week.
Ah, excellent.
So that's quite nice, isn't it?
But it must be really hard to choose.
It is really bad, and there are certain members of staff that you have to give them the day off, because otherwise they encourage you.
Oh, I see.
Oh, it's so bad.
And get this one and this one and this one.
Oh, I like that one. Get that one.
Yeah.
It's really bad, and it's very hard to sort of keep them at bay. Okay. So I'm just going to... This is great. This is fab. I'm going to cut that off again.
Okay. I like this one. It's very satisfying.
It's a kind of a stitch, and I'll have a little bit of a cut, and you know, it's small, but it's very delicate and very kind of, you use up all the bits. It's very satisfying. Do you know what? It helps if you put the blade out.
Oh, well, you're being safe, that's
when
all.
you're trying to cut. Yes, you do need the blade out. Okay, so the next one is a bit more yellow on the other side, which is this side. So instead of being further over, I'm going to crisscross them this time. So we have, this is great. So the yellow, that's the yellow mark.
Yep.
It's going to go up to it there. Just make sure that this will actually cover the whole piece when I flip it over. Yes, it will.
Lovely. This might be the last piece, Josie.
Oh, I'll sew fast.
Love that.
Turn the speed up.
Bless you. 70% of the stock gone on our big bundle. Lovely. Don't forget you can order after the hour, but if we've already lost 70%, don't hang around. Do pop it in your basket.
Oh, I really want to show you the last one.
We've got a minute, Josie.
Oh, I better not go too fast.
Though. I don't want
not too fast with that, Rosie.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't want to rush you.
Very good. That's it. Is that? Oh, that. Why won't that cut through? There we go. And that little piece off there. There we go. And then we're going to have some turquoise on this side as well. Now, what a fabulous design.
You might have to just show us, I think.
Oh, look at that.
We've got 30 seconds and then that will flip over.
So it would look like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
That kind of thing. So
that's great.
Isn't
lovely.
That fab?
I really like that. Thank you so much, Josie.
Thank you for having me. I've had loads of fun.
Yay, good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, do order after the hour. You can get some of the items individually as well if you want to go for the Russian doll set of rulers or the Starburst, etc. Have a look on the website. Lovely jubbly, more coming up after this.